young ones coming back. My plan for you, and I've thought a great deal about it, is we're going to start in January, and we're going to build us a football team. So I'm going to ask all of you to help us and believe in us, have faith in us, just like those guys that came 4 years ago. Because we're going to put the program back up there where it's been. I think that under the circumstances, probably couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been better because you had to come from behind. We learned a lesson about not putting somebody away when you got a chance to. There's going to be so many areas in this football game when we can look at it, that we can improve and get better and learn from it. And learning from a win like this, man, is a hell of a lot more fun than learning if the game had ended up 28-27. So we're going to teach those lessons and we're going to learn them. And we're going to be a better football team because of it. But we need to take a day off and let our motor cool down a little bit. I've pushed you and pushed you and I pushed you, and I knew I pushed you to the limit. And coaches too. And but there's no other way to do it, and there's no easy way to do it. But just like times like today, make it all worthwhile.
Well, I think that the league, though, right now, to me, the defenses in this league are dominating it, maybe except for Tennessee, where their offense is controlling the football. But you take Alabama, Georgia, I think we're probably as balanced as anybody with offense and defense. Florida's defense and LSU's defense is playing well, too. So Kentucky's defense.
Quentin Riggins is a coach's dream. I mean, he's a guy that is going to be where he's supposed to be all the time. He's a very intense football player, smart. He's played ever since he was a freshman and been an outstanding leader for us and just a very solid citizen.
I look at it when I'm out there, it's my defense, it's my team, and I'm a senior this year, and I can't go out there and do nothing but the best and give 110%. And the only way I can do that is have my game face on every day and every time it's time to go out there and play football. And I feel a lot of guys look at it the same way, and off the field I can be just as relaxed as I want to be, but on the field it's time to get serious.
I'm mighty proud of you and the leadership and the things that you got to have to be a champion. Displayed them out there today. But not only that, man, you're gonna have a lot of other opportunities to display what you displayed today. We won 10-6. It don't really make any difference. They won last year 7-6, and it's the biggest win they had all year long. This may be the biggest win we have all year long. The score makes no difference. The fact is, you fought a hungry football team, tooth and toenail all day long, and you came out on top. You couldn't write the script any better. You played to win and control the fourth quarter. I think you did a great job of that.
Well, in a day of run and shoot and spreading people out all over the field and scoring 50 points or 60 points or whatever, this year and of course last year both with LSU have resorted back to the game being played on the front lines and in the trenches and just a stout of heart. And it was a great win for our football team. And you look at the statistics on yesterday's game, and it's not 20 yards difference on our part last year. In other words, I think they gained a little over 200 yards last year. They had 227 yesterday. We had a little over 300 last year, and I think we had 305 or something last year, yesterday. Well, I don't think that we've ever had a bigger win at Auburn since I've been there. And it was one of those that kind of brought back the things that our program stands for. And of course, this football team has displayed it, but we hadn't displayed it in one except against LSU. And it was a great win, and a lot of the Florida coaches and their players deserve a lot of credit for what they put in the game to not get what they might have gotten out of it. But our football team just kept coming back and getting stronger as the game went along, and then we get the field goal blocked, and then they come right back. That was a 19-play drive, wasn't it?
To get nothing.
And got no points out of it. The defense went right back on the field and stopped Florida and got the offensive ball back. And then we took it down, and then it was 4th and 11, I guess, at the end when Reggie completed the pass.
I think that what you saw out there today is what we're supposed to be. This thing at Auburn, and what you represent out there, what you guys represented today, wasn't no spur of the moment thing. There's some deep roots in the ground at Auburn. I'm talking about there were some deep roots in the ground before I got there, and since I've been there, and a lot of you guys, you 4th and 5th year seniors, you got some deep roots in the ground. And I never questioned you, never doubted you from day one. I mean, I knew what was there. I knew what was there, but I just, some kind of way, I kept struggling trying to, and I think we all did. And you have it today, today you got to enjoy one and enjoy the fruits of your work and paying the price and a lot of the suffering that you've been through. Is a big win for you, man. A big, big win for you. And we're no different. We're no different right now than where we've been every year when we've had a chance to win the conference.
As much as anything, it completes the cycle as far as Auburn football is concerned. For years, Auburn played their biggest games on the road. They've got Georgia to come here. Florida's been here. Tennessee started playing home and home at Auburn, and Georgia Tech before that series was dropped. And Alabama is the one that finishes out the cycle as far as the dream that Coach Beard and Coach Jordan had years and years ago.
Tell me about this senior class before you pass out from that cigar.
Well, we're 4 in a row against Bama, 3 conference championships. Could make history if we win the bowl game. I love these guys, and I kept faith. I never thought about losing the whole way. You can't even explain it. You can't even come close to explaining it.
And then to do it in this setting today when Alabama comes off.
Oh, most definitely. First time here, your fans and student body, everybody's behind you. It's a great feeling, and the people are behind us all the way. I can remember if we mess up on one play, they'll put it back on the line, and all the guys were tired, That pulled us together. The hard work paid off today.
Yes, I'm glad I came to Auburn. I tried to get my brother to come, but he wanted to go to Alabama, so that's the consequence he had to suffer.
Held them out and let Reggie look downfield and find receivers.
We knew like the Georgia game, we knew that'd be a key. Because Alabama was, had so many sacks and they did so many things to rush the passer, and we knew, or everybody felt like if we could give Reggie time, that he would make things happen for us, and he did.
None of us had ever seen anything like the Tiger Walk today, and I think the fans had as much to do with it as anything.
That was remarkable.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, we got down there and had to walk single file through the street, and we came in, we just said, it's over. We're going to win this thing. Somehow, some way, these people want it so bad.
Best senior class that ever came down the pike.
The best one. I'm proud to be part of it. 3 conference championships, Hey, you can't ask for anything else. I'm just glad to be here.
The people did their job for us, and it was a great win for us.
We go over there in team meetings a lot, If the defender knock you out, you come back in and try to make a play. I knew that, so I knew I had a good chance of trying to make a catch. And it worked pretty well.
I'm just glad to end out my career and like this, and it makes this whole season worthwhile.
Under the circumstances, that last one was about as big as any of them,
Yeah, it was put the game away.
We did get tonight that is a lot more important than X's and O's and strategy and all of those things. Is that you come out of the game with the heart of a champion, and you can be champions. You can be champions.
I'm just going to tell you flat out, man. If you wear that blue jersey and you play for me, there ain't going to be no quit in you. We won't win every battle, individually or as a team, maybe, but we ain't never going to quit. I hope that we grew up a great deal tonight, and Lord knows our quarterback did. Stan, that was about as courageous in the way yet. That was about as courageous in the second half. But that's what you're supposed to do. Let's let this one sink in good, and when we come back to work on Monday, there ought to be a special kind of gleam in your eye, just knowing what kind of folks you got around you.
Well, I did, and I think it was long overdue. Our football team was a different team yesterday, and I know that the score, in my opinion, really doesn't indicate what actually took place during the course of the week and during the course of the game. Vanderbilt's struggling. We all realize that, and it would have probably been a lot easier if we'd have gone out with a kind of a laid-back attitude, but that wasn't the way we approached it, and that wasn't the results we got. The coaches and the players worked extremely hard last week. We made a lot of effort in trying to come together as a football team, and our seniors stepped forward, and the young people that played in the game, you're going to see them make a lot of plays yesterday, and that's the thing that I've been waiting for, is for the young ones to come on, because there's some talent there and some ability there, and we're 5 games into the season now, and they shouldn't be playing like rookies anymore.
You did exactly what I asked you to do at the halftime. You had a lot of chances. Things go against you out there. We throw the Broncos, they get the interception. Defense was magnificent in the second half.
Oh, yeah. Thanks,
I mean, absolutely. Hey, listen, but sometimes you got to find a way to win. Didn't we talk about finding a way to win?
We did.
Who's that got the sack at the end? Hey, come here, Ricky. Come here. Hey, how many times have I told you can make them kind of plays? Huh? That's all that does is decide who wins and who loses. Hey, now you done it, you can't ever go back and not do it again, okay? From a selfish standpoint, there's no way for me to describe what this football game means to me personally. And, I want to thank you for that. And our coaching staff, we've taken a lot of abuse the last three years, just like you have. And it's a mighty satisfying win. Now, what you did tonight, man, you set the stage. I'm mighty proud of you for hanging in there and winning. And I don't know who blocked the extra point. Was it Corey? You blocked it, Darryl? Yes. I mean, it's been something like that all year long. We hang in there together as a team, and then somebody come up with something at the end to win for you, and it's that way again today. I've been around a lot of football teams, and at some point in time, when this football team, if we do, and when we do, then I think you're going to be something sure enough special. Right now, I still think we're wrestling with them angels, and we can't put it all together. We just got to keep on keeping on, and great job by the specialty teams today on the coverage of the kick, and I'm mighty proud of every one of you in here, coaches, managers, trainers, players, everybody that's been connected with this football team. And tonight it could be what we consider long overdue, but I think what you saw tonight was the power of togetherness. And, we kind of shook there a little bit in the second half. But, when you got that unity, it doesn't bother you near as much. You come right back and did what you had to do to salt the game away. And so offense, defense, kicking game win. All of it contributed, all of it played. I can't, I really can't see any phase of the game where there was any let up tonight. There was a little frustration on the part, a couple of turnovers there.
that we had offensively, but you know, as long as we're fighting, as long as we're scratching and clawing, I got no problem with that. I mean, that's a part of football, and we can correct those things on. But you know what I was interested in was, you know, what's in our hearts, how you feel about one another, and how excited you are about this football team and being a part of it, and the challenge and the opportunity that we got when we go to Birmingham. So it's enjoy this win, and it's a big one. Don't you ever doubt it. It keeps you in contention, man. And I mean, some of you may take it for granted, but it's no small thing when you play football in this conference and have to go into all of the places that you have to go into to play, to be a part of a football team and program that has won 3 in a row and got a chance to share another.